Hi, now we continue with the second part of the question, whereby you are required to determine the total unit cost for the product using activity-based costing. So now let's look how to do it. In the question, you are being given the activity cost pool, and you are also being given the total amount of your overhead. On top of that, you also know the cost driver. So you need to find the cost driver rate. How do you determine the cost driver rate? So first, this is your activity cost pool just now from the question, as well as the cost for each of the activity, again from the question. You need to determine the total volume, the total cost drivers volume. Where do I get 335 batches? Look back at the question. In the question, you are being given that the number of batches received, for example, for the receiving department is 215 for all base and 120 for latex. So the total will be 215 plus your 120, giving you a total of 335 batches. So you know the amount, the total amount of overhead cost for that particular activity cost pool. You have 80,400 ringgit and you have 335 batches. Therefore, the cost driver rate is 240 ringgit per batch. That is your 82,400 divided by your 335 batches, giving you 240 ringgit per batch. And you do the same thing for all the remaining 5 cost pool. For example, your filling cost pool, you have 27,000 hours plus your 8,000 hours, giving you a total of 35,000 machine hours. So how do you get 4.3? Will be 150,500 divided by your 35,000, giving you 4 ringgit and 30 cent per machine hour. And you do for the rest of it. After you have done that, now you determine the cost for each of your product. You have two types of product just now, oil-based and latex paint. So for the receiving, the rate is 240. The rate is 240 and the batches for all base is 215. So 215 times 240 give you this one, 51,600, and do for the rest of it. For example, just now, your rate for filling is 4 ringgit and 30 cent per machine hour. This one, 4 ringgit and 30 cent per machine hour. And then you times with the 27,000 hours or 27,000 machine hours consumed by oil-based paint for the filling activity. So that gives you this figure, 116,100. And you do for the rest of it, take the cost driver rate that you have calculated just now, time with the consumption for each of the cost driver for each of your product. Give you a total overhead of 967,059 for your oil base. Now, that is for the total. You have total production units of 54,000 units. Hence, to calculate the overhead cost per unit, you just divide your total overhead, this one, with your 54,000, giving you a total overhead cost of 17 ringgit and 91 cent. You do the same thing for your latex, give you a total of 60.51. That is your overhead cost per unit. Now you have to calculate your unit cost or unit production cost. Therefore, you have to add with your direct material. Again, direct material and direct labor, as I mentioned previously, it remains the same, whether you use traditional or whether you use activity-based. So direct material is the same, direct labor is the same. The difference just lies in your treatment of overhead. So in this case, your overhead is 17.91. Where do I get this figure? This figure here. And and this one, the manufacturing overhead is 60.51 for your latex paint from here. Add all these figures, give you a total production cost or unit production cost for as 47 ringgit and 21 cent for all base and 101.01 for latex. Part C of the question requires you to compare your result in A and B. If you see here, a traditional costing method from part A give you a cost of 52.71 and for latex 71.74. Compared with your ABC, you get a difference of 5 ringgit and 50, and that can be said as the traditional costing method has overstated your cost, while for latex it has understated by 29.27, and this is the volume for your product. It can be said that the traditional cost system tends to overstate cost for your high volume products, while they tend to understate the cost for your low volume product. Okay, that's for now. Later we will continue to look into why you have this overstatement and understatement of your overheads. Thank you.